Hello, I am back with another art video after not posting one in so long. So this piece was commissioned by my friend for her brother-in-law for his birthday and also for his first wedding anniversary with my friend's sister. So it's like a double gift. And rather than talking about why I did what I did when making this piece, instead I'm going to talk about a specific topic and just ramble on about that for the rest of the video. So the topic for today's video is art block and burnout, more specifically burnout as an artist, and how I experience it and what I'm trying to do to get through it and go back into making art. So I don't think I've ever talked about this before. I do vaguely make comments about it on my Instagram where I'm like, oh, I'm just tired of working, I have burnout, blah blah blah, but I haven't really talked deeper into it, and it has just been a snowball where it has been building up, and it started in 2020 when I first got into digital art and seeing other digital artists before me post so frequently of their mostly finished works, at least from what I've seen. I've also felt the pressure that I needed to do the same, so I fell into the trap where I tried to think of something to illustrate and then draw it within the day and then post it for the next day, and then that would repeat every day. And then while I was also dealing with some personal stuff like looking for jobs or getting training. So with all that combined, I eventually started developing burnout. So I went from posting every day and creating content every day to doing it every other day to doing it once a week to doing it maybe once or twice a month, and then eventually now to not doing it at all. And I'm actually focusing on other stuff to take my mind off of it and to take my mind off the pressure. So I've been hanging out with family, relaxing in the Philippines, working my job, which I enjoy, so it has been helping me a lot in a different way. And then slowly I am thinking about my work, my personal work anyway. And I mentioned it in a podcast with Itoro that I felt that my personal work was disingenuous. So if you've ever seen any of my posts, you know I'm a Filipino artist and I work with Filipino culture, but it felt disingenuous for me to say that. And while I am Filipino and identify as Filipino, as a Filipino American, and I do have the connection with my culture, it started to feel wrong that I was just pulling random things, though I do have the knowledge of these things that I'm using, to pull them and use them in my work without giving them much deeper meaning. And for me, when I make work, I think it should have deeper meaning. I don't think it should just be as it is. And in some cases it is, if it's just a small thing. But I would like my work to be purposeful and meaningful. So after deliberating with myself about that, I ended up taking a break from doing anything personal and just took commissions instead. So I ended up coming here to the Philippines without any of the materials that I normally use because of that. But now I'm slowly starting to build up my arsenal, and I've bought beads and embroidery floss and some yarn and any mixed media pieces that I've come across, and then I am going to get some fabric from the local Ibadan store where they make hobby and then use that in my project. So I'm still thinking about it. I haven't really released any information about it at all or any hints. I've told my boyfriend about it, but that's the extent of it all. It will be a photography photo shoot thing, but just a portrait. So that's basically all the information that I want to share with you guys, because I want it to be a surprise. And in terms of dealing with the burnout, I just am slowly working my way into it, slowly finding inspiration through different things, working on my props for the photo shoot bit by bit, doing little doodles in my phone of paintings that I want to do in the future, and just things like that. I'm just slowly working my way towards diving back into art and forcing myself to do it, which sounds negative, but there's no really any other way for me to do it rather than forcing myself to, if you know what I mean. So any tips that I would give to myself earlier on is to not feel pressured by other artists, and to look at what they're doing and be inspired by what they're doing, but don't take that as the recipe for what I should be doing too. Also, I didn't realize how much social media managing it would take. I mean, my job right now is a social media manager, and the stuff I know now versus the stuff that I knew when I first started, it's just, I didn't realize how much work it needed, how much research it needed in order to find your hashtags, your audience, and what other things come in between that, what it takes to create content, and all of that stuff. So I wish I knew more, but now I do know more. And now I'm slowly jumping back in, and I feel more motivated and more energized after taking a pretty long break. So I kind of feel bad for the people that have commissioned me, but I haven't worked on yet, because if I worked on it right now, I don't think it would be my best work. So there's that. So I'm slowly getting through it. I'll let you guys know how I'm feeling through my Instagram posts, or maybe I'll make another video and talk about it some more. But I'll end it here because I have some more ASMR stuff at the end of the video. And I just want to thank you all for joining me on my artist journey and my professional journey, where I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be and what career or field I want to work in. So I just want to thank you all. Thank you all for your kind words. I really appreciate it, and for supporting all the stuff that I do. And I'm really excited to share my future projects with you guys, so I hope you stick around. And see you in my next video. Bye!
Here? Yeah, you still there. Alright, you just chill right there. How am I gonna do it? You still there? There. Alright, let's roll. Take care of me. I was supposed to take care of him, but you didn't take care I didn't know. There? Oh, I thought you were looking at me. Sorry, Grandpa. You just hold this scary looking. I'm sorry about something that can budget down. I know it can budget down. This thing. Alright, you see the blank? Yeah, just block it. I mean, unblock it. And you know, if you assume nothing seems to work, the house will reach something wrong. It's really cool.